All right, let's jump right into it. La Liga, Matchday 21, and wow, what a roller coaster.
Absolutely insane. All right.
We saw everything this week, from blowouts to upsets, tactical
It
masterclasses.
definitely kept us on the edge of our seats.
I mean, Barcelona just demolished Valencia 7-1. Can you believe that?
7 goals. Unbelievable.
And then you've got Getafe pulling off that incredible upset on the road. Talk about shaking things up.
Yeah, this match day really threw a wrench in the works, challenged all the usual assumptions.
Speaking of usual assumptions, before we get into those matches, can you give us a bit of context?
You bet.
What were the big storylines going into this match day? What were we all watching for?
Well, coming into match day 21, the title race was really heating up. Classic Barcelona versus Real Madrid battle brewing.
Right, like always.
But the thing is, their approaches are so different. You've got Barcelona with that high-octane attacking style.
Full speed ahead.
Exactly. And then Real Madrid, they're much more controlled, almost surgical in their approach.
So Clash of Titans, but with totally different weapons.
Precisely.
So let's talk about that Barcelona explosion. 7 goals against Valencia. I mean, that's not just a win.
No, that's a statement.
Did Valencia just completely fall apart, or was Barcelona just that good?
Valencia definitely had their struggles, but honestly, this was all about Barcelona's attack.
They were unstoppable.
It was like watching poetry in motion. Their tiki-taka style was in full effect. Those quick passes just cutting through Valencia's defense.
Yeah, that sequence in the 23rd minute, just pure magic.
15 passes before Messi slots at home. Textbook Barcelona.
Textbook, absolutely. All right, so we've got Barcelona with the offensive fireworks, but Real Madrid, they had a convincing win as well, 3-0 over Valladolid.
Another solid performance from them.
So how did their approach differ? Any key tactical takeaways we should be aware of?
Real Madrid, they were all about tactical flexibility. That midfield trio was controlling the pace of the game. They could press high, force turnovers, but also sit back, absorb the pressure, then hit you with those lightning-fast counterattacks.
So Barcelona's like a high-speed train, and Real Madrid's more like a chameleon.
That's a great way to put it. They adapt to their opponent.
Do you think that more conservative style could ever backfire on them, especially against tougher teams?
It's possible, yeah. While their efficiency is impressive, there might be times when they need to be more proactive, take the game to their opponents, especially if they're trailing or need a late goal.
Can't always rely on that defense and counterattack.
Exactly.
Okay, let's switch gears to a match that really shook things up. Getafe, the underdogs, going on the road and beating Real Sociedad 2-0.
What an upset.
How on earth did they pull that off?
Well, imagine this. Real Sociedad cruising at home, feeling confident, and then bam, Getafe just snatches the ball, scores a goal. Real Sociedad's completely stunned.
Talk about a momentum shift.
That's the power of tactical discipline and opportunism, which is exactly what Getafe displayed. Frustrated Real Sociedad, limited their chances, and then capitalized on their own opportunities.
So it wasn't just luck. It was a well-executed game plan.
No luck involved, pure strategy.
Were there any specific moments or players that were key to this upset?
Getafe's forwards were clinical, no doubt, but the real heroes, their defenders, organized, disciplined, just shut down Real Sociedad's attack.
So a defensive masterclass leading to an offensive upset, that's got to send shockwaves through the league.
Definitely. For Getafe, huge confidence booster, shows they can compete with the best.
And for Real Sociedad.
A wake-up call. They need to figure out how to break down those stubborn defenses.
Okay, so we've covered the heavyweights and a surprise upset, but there's another crucial battle raging in La Liga, the fight for those European qualification spots, and Real Betis, they're right in the thick of it.
Absolutely.
They narrowly defeated Mallorca 1-0. Tell us a bit about their journey and what this win means for their European ambitions.
This win was crucial for Real Betis. Keeps them in contention for a top 4 finish, a chance to play in the Champions League next season.
That's the dream.
They've been playing attractive, attacking football, but also showing they can grind out results when they need to.
So they've got the style and the substance.
That's the recipe for success.
All right, let's rewind to some of the match day's most dramatic draws, starting with that clash of titans, Atlético Madrid versus Villarreal, ending in a 1-1 stalemate.
That was a nail-biter.
What can you tell us about that match? Felt like a real tactical chess match.
It was. Both sides showcasing incredible tactical nuance. Atletico, famous for their defensive solidity, going up against Villarreal, who were equally disciplined and organized.
The two defensive powerhouses.
Exactly. And it
Yeah.
played out like that. Moments of brilliance, but neither team could find that decisive breakthrough.
A draw, but definitely not boring.
Not at all.
And then we had another draw that got people talking, Sevilla versus Espanyol, also finishing one.
Another exciting one.
What made this one stand out?
This was the complete opposite of the Atlético Villarreal match. End-to-end action, chances galore, both teams committed to attacking, playing with urgency.
So a real goal fest that wasn't.
Could have easily been 4-4, but some great goalkeeping and maybe a bit of luck kept it at 1-1.
Two draws, two completely different stories. Seems like La Liga really does offer something for everyone.
It does, from tactical masterclasses to all-out attacking spectacles.
And speaking of variety, we can't forget those defensive masterclasses you mentioned. Ready to dive into those impenetrable fortresses.
Absolutely, those defensive performances deserve their own spotlight.
So those defensive masterclasses, you mentioned some incredible performances this match day. It's easy to get caught up in the goals and offensive fireworks, but sometimes the real brilliance is in shutting down the opposition completely.
Couldn't agree more.
Which match really stood out to you as, like, the ultimate defensive masterclass?
Oh, without a doubt, the 0-0 draw between Athletic Club and Leganés. That was a clinic in defensive strategy.
0-0. That doesn't sound too exciting.
Trust me, this wasn't just some boring goalless game. This was a tactical battle of the highest order. Both teams came in with a rock-solid game plan and executed it perfectly.
So it wasn't just about parking the bus and hoping for the best.
No, this was much more sophisticated than that.
What were some of the key tactical elements that made these defenses so effective?
It was all about organization, discipline, and anticipation. Both teams were incredibly compact, closing down spaces quickly, making it almost impossible to penetrate.
Like a brick wall.
Exactly. Their center backs were reading the game like seasoned chess players, anticipating danger, winning every aerial duel. Even the fullbacks were constantly tracking back, making crucial interceptions, providing cover.
Wow. So a true team effort defensively.
Absolutely. Everyone was on the same page, working together seamlessly.
Sounds like an absolute nightmare for any attacker.
It was. They just couldn't find any space, any time to create anything dangerous.
Were there any standout individual performances on the defensive side that you want to highlight?
Oh, absolutely. The center backs for both teams were immense, like those impenetrable walls you see in medieval castles.
Repelling every attack.
Exactly. But it wasn't just about brute strength. They were also incredibly intelligent in their positioning, their decision-making, always one step ahead of the attackers.
So they had the brains and the brawn.
And let's not forget about the goalkeepers. Both in top form, making some crucial saves, commanding their areas with authority.
So we have these incredible defensive performances, but both teams struggled to score. Was it simply a lack of attacking quality, or were the defenses just that good?
It was a combination of factors, but I'd say the defenses deserved most of the credit. They were so well drilled and disciplined that it was almost impossible to create any clear-cut chances.
Even when one team managed to get into a dangerous position, there was always a defender there to snuff out the attack.
Always. It was like they could read each other's minds, anticipate every move.
A real war of attrition.
Exactly. And in the end, neither side could break through.
Like those classic siege battles where the attackers throw everything they have at the castle walls, but the defenders just hold firm, refusing to yield.
Perfect analogy. And in this case, the castle walls held strong, thanks to the tactical brilliance and sheer determination of both Athletic Club and the Leganés.
It was a match that really highlighted the often underappreciated art of defending.
Absolutely. Sometimes a clean sheet is just as beautiful as a goal.
This match day was truly a roller coaster ride, wasn't it? We saw offensive brilliance from Barcelona, tactical flexibility from Real Madrid, a stunning upset by Getafe, and then these incredible defensive masterclasses.
And we're not even done yet.
It just goes to show that La Liga is one of the most exciting and unpredictable leagues in the world. So as we wrap up our deep dive into Matchday 21, what are your final thoughts?
Well, I think Matchday 21 proved that La Liga is wide open this season. We have the usual suspects at the top, but there are so many teams capable of causing upsets and shaking things up. The race for the title and the European spots is going to be a nail-biter, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds.
You and me both, and that wraps up our deep dive into La Liga's Matchday 21. Thanks for joining us as we unpacked all the action, analyzed the key takeaways, and explored the tactical intricacies that make this league so special. We'll be back next week with another exciting episode, breaking down all the latest developments and diving deep into the stories that shape La Liga. Until then, keep those predictions coming and enjoy the beautiful game. So who do you think will come out on top this season?
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
La Liga, famous for its unpredictability, and this season, no different.
Right.
But if I had to put my money on someone, I'd say it's still a two-horse race, Barcelona or Real Madrid.
Yeah, those two are definitely the front runners.
They've been so dominant.
But in such different ways.
Exactly, like you said, night and day.
It's like choosing between, I don't know, a world-class chef and a master sculptor, both incredibly skilled, but totally different approaches.
I love that analogy.
So what are you watching for as the season progresses? What'll be the key factors in deciding who lifts the trophy?
Well, I think consistency is going to be key. Both teams have shown they can win in different ways.
Right.
But can they keep that up over 38 match days? That's the real question.
That's the challenge.
They can't afford any slip-ups, especially with all these other teams right behind them.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
Are there any other teams you think could shake things up? Play spoiler?
Well, you can never count out Atletico Madrid.
They're always a threat.
Always, especially with Simeone at the helm. That tactical discipline, their defensive resilience, they're legendary for a reason.
Yeah, they can grind out results against anyone.
Exactly. And keep an eye on Real Sociedad, Real Betis. They're both hungry for those European spots.
And they've got the talent to pull off some upsets.
For sure.
So the title race is wide open. The battle for European qualification is sheeting up. And we've seen some defensive performances that were just out of this world. La Liga is truly living up to its reputation as one of the most exciting leagues on the planet.
It's been an incredible journey so far.
And it's only going to get more intense from here on out.
Oh, absolutely. Every match counts. Every point matters. And any team can surprise you on any given day.
That's what makes La Liga so special.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, on that note, I think we've covered just about everything for Matchday 21.
Yeah, I think we've unpacked it all.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive into La Liga. We'll be back next week with more analysis, more insights, more of everything that makes this league so captivating. Until then, enjoy the beautiful game.